David saves Keilah. When David was told, "Look, the Philistines are fighting against Keilah and are looting the threshing floors," he inquired of the Lord, saying, "Shall I go and attack these Philistines?" The Lord answered him, "Go attack the Philistines and save Keilah." But David's men said to him, "Here in Judah we are afraid. How much more, then, if we go to Keilah against the Philistine forces?" Once again, David inquired of the Lord, and the Lord answered him, "Go down to Keilah, for I am going to give you the Philistines into your hand." So David and his men went to Keilah, fought the Philistines, and carried off their livestock. He inflicted heavy losses on the Philistines and saved the people of Keilah. Now, Abiathar, son of Ahimelech, had brought the ephod down with him when he fled to David at Keilah. Saul pursues David. Saul was told that David had gone to Keilah, and he said, "God has delivered him into my hands, for David has imprisoned himself by entering a town with gates and bars." And Saul called up all his forces for battle, to go down to Keilah and besiege David and his men. When David learned that Saul was plotting against him, he said to Abiathar the priest, "Bring me the ephod." David said, "Lord, God of Israel, your servant has heard definitely that Saul plans to come to Keilah and destroy the town on account of me. Will the citizens of Keilah surrender to him? Will Saul come down as your servant was heard? Lord God of Israel, tell your servant." And the Lord said, "He will." Again David asked, "Will the citizens of Keilah surrender me and my men to Saul?" And the Lord said, "They will." So David and his men, about 600 in number, left Keilah and kept moving from place to place. When Saul was told that David had escaped from Keilah, he did not go there. David stayed in the wilderness strongholds and in the hills of the desert of Ziph. Day after day Saul searched for him, but God did not give David into his hands. While David was at Horesh in the desert of Ziph, he learned that Saul had come out to take his life. And Saul's son Jonathan went to David at Horesh and helped him find strength in God. "Don't be afraid," he said. "My father Saul will not lay a hand on you. You will be king over Israel, and I will be second to you. Even my father Saul knows this." The two of them made a covenant before the Lord, and Jonathan went home, but David remained at Horesh. The Ziphites went up to Saul at Gibeah and said, "Is not David hiding among us in the strongholds of Horesh, on the hill of Keilah, south of Jeshimon? Now, your majesty, come down whenever it pleases you to do so, and we will be responsible for giving him into your hands." Saul replied, "The Lord bless you for your concern for me. Go and get more information. Find out where David usually goes and who has sent him there. They tell me he is very crafty. Find out about all the hiding places he uses and come back to me with definite information. Then I will go with you. If he is in the area, I will track him down among all the clans of Judah." Now remember this for when you guys, if any of you wake up and sell your houses and stop being a slave to the system, stop having a job, remember this passage right here. They will search for you in your usual places. Every hand-me-down situation that you're in, you go to your hiding places due to heritage or due to your own, doing and stuff, and they pay attention to you, see planes flying above you or something after you tell the truth or something like that, and they continuously fly over you specifically in a line from any direction. if they if they fly over directly over you again and again and again throughout the days or throughout the day itself, pay attention. If you tell the truth like I do, and you start to change, you actually start to change things, remember this passage. They will search for you in your usual places, and they will know if you are crafty or not, which they think that I'm not crafty, which is good. They think I am actually dumb, which is good for me. So, just remember this passage if you go tell the truth. Remember to not go to your usual places. Be crafty, move around, go to places, and travel further than they think you can travel. Trust me. In this day and age, we need to know this. So they set out and went, and they're not going to watch my videos because, let's be honest, who's going to watch my videos? So if you're paying attention at the right time, this is for you. Hey, only the people with the more pure inward appearance, the more heart of God, will be able to watch through all of my content and will be able to get this message. Trust me, ain't nobody who is working on the outward appearance of themselves are going to watch my content. So make sure you like and subscribe and see for more if you are really trying. If you're really full of heart for the Lord, stick around. I will tell you things that other people don't need to know and won't get because they're not going to watch my content, because this is fully for people who are heart-filled with God, not for people who are looking for entertainment and who are looking for anything else but God content. So they set out and went to Ziph ahead of Saul. Now David and his men were in the desert of Maon, the Arabah south of Jeshimon. Saul and his men began the search. And when David was told about it, he went down to the rock and stayed in the desert of Maon. When Saul heard this, he went up into the desert of Maon in pursuit of David. Saul was going along one side of the mountain, and David and his men were on the other side, hurrying to get away from Saul. As Saul and his forces were closing in on David and his men to capture them, a messenger came to Saul saying, "Come quickly, the Philistines are raiding the land." Then Saul broke off his pursuit of David and went to meet the Philistines. That is why they call this place Keilah Hamalakath. And David went up from there and lived in the strongholds of En-Gedi. David spares Saul's life. I'll get to that next time. I will see you guys in the next video.